Denji has a dream where he imagines himself in a dark alley, finding a door and reaching for it. Upon waking up, he decides to head to work. On his way, he calculates how much money he made from cutting trees and selling body parts, kidney, right eye, and a nut, but still owes a large amount. Pokita, his pet devil, barks, alerting him to the presence of another devil. Excited at the prospect of earning money, Denji gets ready to get to work and encounters the tomato devil, and using Pokita's chainsaw, manages to rip it apart, telling the old man to burn its corpse. However, the payment he receives for him for the devil-killing job is very small, and after various deductions, Denji is left with a low amount. Later, the old man's driver questions why they hired Denji, and the old man reveals that he's repaying his father's debts. Despite this, he complies with their orders and takes on odd tasks, so they drive up to him, and the driver offers Denji money to eat a cigarette, which he does willingly. Struggling with poverty, Denji reflects on his unfulfilled dreams, including the desire for jam on his bread as breakfast and a romantic relationship, and recalling his father's suicide and the old man's warning to repay the large sum by the next day. Denji encountered a devil in a weakened state, who he willingly gave his blood to, saying it's a trade, after which he started killing devils with Pokita. At night, Denji dreams of a better life before the old man takes him to a factory for a supposed job, but betrays him with the zombie devil that uses his puppets to fatally wound Denji and Pokita before throwing them in a dumpster, where Pokita revives him by fusing both their bodies. Recovered, Denji grapples with Pokita's selflessness and goes on a rampage, killing all the zombies and devils inside by transforming into a chainsaw devil.
I am inevitable.
Later, a devil hunter named Makima discovers the aftermath and gives Denji a choice to either remain human or be exterminated as a devil. After hearing what he'll get for breakfast, he remarks that it sounds awesome. While in the car, Makima establishes an unusual thing where Denji will respond with yes or woof. His thoughts turn to Pokita as they stop to feed him. At the rest area, Denji and Makima order food, but Denji, weakened from a prior battle, collapses. Apologizing and explaining that Pokita replaced his heart, Makima says she can sense both human and devil hearts in him. Still excited but weak, Makima questions if he can eat by himself and feeds him. Curious about her, Denji asks about her name and her type. After contemplating, Makima says she likes the Denji type.
She want me, she want me, she want me.
When they arrive in Tokyo, Denji reflects on her answer, expressing newfound affection. At Devil Hunter headquarters, Makima provides a uniform and introduces him to Aki Hayakawa, his colleague for the day. Disappointed not to be paired with Makima, Denji learns that it might be possible later. On patrol with Aki, Denji, curious about Makima's relationship status, gets punched when Aki diverts him. Advised to quit, Denji retaliates with a kick to Aki's groin. Back with Makima, he falsely accuses Aki, leading Makima to inform Denji that he'll join Aki's unit, who warns him that disobedience could lead to disposal as a devil. Living together, Denji continues his carefree lifestyle. During a mission to exterminate a fiend, and opts for a non-messy approach with an axe, after which Aki reveals his past, but Denji contends he's enjoying life's comforts and expresses a new goal of touching breasts.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Later, Makima assigns Power, a fiend, as Denji's partner. Initially surprised, Denji becomes pleased as she emphasizes results for their experimental team, and Denji and Power embark on a mission where she expresses her thirst for devil blood and rushes in, forming a large hammer from her blood and smashing it down on a sea cucumber devil, crushing it to a pulp before starting to manically laugh her head off. After dealing with the aftermath of Power's fight against the sea cucumber devil, Makima scolds Power for interfering with civilian devil hunters and advises Denji to rein her in. She falsely accuses Denji of being responsible for the sea cucumber devil's death, sparking a heated argument, so Makima tells them to cooperate, and Power reluctantly agrees. Denji reflects on his simple dream while buying a drink, but his uneasy partnership with Power jeopardizes his newfound comfort before she confesses her dislike for both humans and devils. Rooted in a devil kidnapping her pet cat, Mioi, he agrees to get back in exchange for squeezing her chest. As they discuss their pets, Denji shares memories of Pokita residing in his heart, while Power recalls her bond with Mioi, captured by the Bat Devil. A while later, Makima assesses her squad, including Power and Denji, who Aki expresses disdain for, but Makima sees potential in his ability to transform into the Chainsaw Devil. Venturing to the outskirts, Power identifies the Bat Devil's location, and despite her aversion to humans, motivated by her desire to retrieve Mioi, agrees to help Denji confront the devil and creates a hammer from her blood. Denji enters and attempts an attack, but Power subdues him, revealing she missiled him about the devil's abilities. Inside the devil's lair, the Bat Devil says he has a grudge against humans and plans to consume children before Power says she's fulfilled her promise by bringing Denji and to give Mioi back. But the Bat Devil consumes Mioi as Denji. Recognizing Power's pain, empathizes, recalling the loss of his own pet as the devil flies away before Denji clings to the devil and triggers his transformation. A fierce battle begins as Denji confronts the Bat Devil and warns civilians, even saving one from the Bat Devil's attack. Despite the devil's attempts to overpower him, Denji powerfully throws a car at it and summons his chainsaws again before ultimately ripping the devil apart with his chainsaws. After Power wakes up, saved by Denji from the aftermath of the Bat Devil encounter, she questions his motives for rescuing her despite her attempt to kill him, so Denji replies that it's for his desire to touch her chest. However, they're abruptly interrupted by the Leech Devil, who eats Denji's severed arm. Unable to move, Power urges Denji to take Mioi and run. Denji, realizing he's low on blood, attempts to activate his chainsaw. The Leech Devil, aware of Denji's recent victory, deems him cute and decides to let him go, but intends to kill Power and Mioi, but Denji refuses to back down and begins a frenzied battle, dodging the Leech Devil's attacks. As the fight unfolds, Denji's erratic behavior surfaces, expressing frustration about his seemingly inferior dream, and manages to restrain the Leech Devil momentarily before Aki intervenes, summoning the Fox Devil, which swiftly devours the Leech Devil's head. Following this, Aki informs Makima about the events and explains the concept of devil hunters forming contracts with devils in the hospital. Denji, curious about the trade, learns about the inherent hostility of devils and fiends toward humans before Aki, sensing potential issues with Denji's cooperation, hints at consequences. Outside the hospital room, Power awaits Aki's decision on her fate, who in conversation with a friend, Himeno, decides to release Power, emphasizing the strategic use of devils and fiends in their battle against enemies. In the evening, Aki reports to Makima about the situation, and Makima perceives a potential influence from Denji on Aki's approach. Meanwhile, Aki and Denji continue their routine at home, and Makima sends Power to live there as well, telling Aki she trusts him the most.
Oh shit, here we go again.
As Power starts living at the house, she keeps taking Denji and Aki off and later visits him, allowing him 3 squeezes of her chest. In an odd encounter with Denji, Power allows him to touch her chest using padded enhancements for a supposed bust boost. However, Denji finds the experience strange and is left bewildered by the anticlimactic nature of his long-desired moment. The next day, Denji's enthusiasm diminishes and he struggles to find fulfillment despite achieving his wish. In the Devil Hunter's office, Makima notices Denji's behavior while signing documents, and when questioned by her, he opens up about his recent experience, expressing his disappointment with the anticipated joy of fulfilling his desire. Intrigued, Makima offers him advice, suggesting that true satisfaction lies in understanding and connecting with the other person. She illustrates her point by holding Denji's hand and emphasizing the importance of perceiving intricate details about someone to enhance the experience. However, the intimate encounter leaves Denji flustered and panicked before she reveals a crucial mission: defeating the powerful Gun Devil, a fearsome entity responsible for a catastrophic event 13 years ago. The Gun Devil, having caused mass casualties in the aftermath of a terrorist attack in various countries, isn't anywhere to be found. Makima discloses that fragments of the Gun Devil's flesh, resembling bullets, have been recovered, confirming its existence, and said she'll accept a wish if he kills it, which Denji eagerly agrees to. Makima elaborates on the Gun Devil's remnants, explaining how consuming them enhances the strength of other devils, as the Devil Hunters, including Denji, are assigned a mission to investigate a devil in Hotel Morin potentially linked to the Gun Devil. Aki, leading the mission, expresses caution about Denji and Power, underscoring that they are the first line of defense. As they're going inside, Himeno seductively says she'll give a French kiss with tongue to the one who slays the devil. Denji blitzes through the inner hallways in excitement, but Arai stops him, and the two get into a squabble as Power eggs them on and then kills a mutilated head with the help of Himeno's ghost devil before they go up the stairs but come to the same floor. Arai quickly goes down the stairs this time but meets them from the upper staircase with dread. The Devil Hunters find themselves stuck on the 8th floor, where the rooms and stairways seem to loop endlessly. Aki, Denji, Himeno, Power, Arai, and Kobani explore various options to escape, but realize it might be a devil's trick, rendering them unable to leave through windows or elevators. Denji blames Power for potentially causing their entrapment by killing a devil, but she deflects the blame by falsely claiming he forced her to do so. Aki clarifies that the devil's powers should cease upon its death, and Himeno notes it's an unusual devil trick. Arai hopes for rescue from other Devil Hunters, but she fears they might fall into the same trap as well. Konbini, distressed by her past and fearing death, starts panicking, seeing which Power, seemingly indifferent, starts laughing her head off at her. Aki observes that the clocks on the 8th floor have stopped at 8:18, suspecting the devil's ability to manipulate time, making outside assistance unlikely as Denji, oddly content, expresses joy at the prospect of uninterrupted sleep. After a period of uncertainty, Himeno wakes Denji, revealing they still have basic amenities. Power contemplates winning a Nobel Prize while Arai remains fearful. Himeno and Aki share a cigarette, recalling a moment when Aki refused to smoke for health reasons before he discloses alarming news that the devil they killed is growing larger. Their situation worsens as a devil named Eternity Devil emerges, blocking the hallway and demanding a contract before threatening to eat Denji, promising the others safety if a condition is met, and reveals its identity as the Eternity Devil, claiming only it can kill Denji. As tensions rise, Arai and Konbini attempt to harm Denji, but Aki intervenes, getting stabbed in the process. Aki, determined to fight the Gun Devil, prioritizes unity among devil hunters, and in the midst of the panic, Denji prepares to confront the Eternity Devil, contemplating the devil's fear of Chainsaw's power. Denji engages in a fierce battle with the Eternity Devil. However, the devil taunts Denji, revealing that cutting him is pointless as his heart is not in a conventional location. Power warns Denji that excessive blood loss will retract his chainsaw arms. To counter this, Denji bites the Eternity Devil, drinking its blood despite its bad taste, finding satisfaction in witnessing the devil's agony. Himeno reflects on the unconventional nature of devil hunters with a few screws loose and proposes to Aki the idea of becoming civilian devil hunters, seeking a more secure lifestyle, which Aki declines, and Himeno expresses her belief that Aki, with his normal demeanor, is destined to die if he faces the Gun Devil. In a prolonged battle, Denji's relentless attack on the Eternity Devil showcases his crazed determination, and Himeno intervenes by pulling Denji's cord with the Ghost Devil's arm, rejuvenating his resolve. Denji, now seemingly unhinged, believes that continually cutting and drinking the Eternity Devil's blood could result in him winning. Days pass, and Denji persists in battling the Eternity Devil as Himeno starts to consider the possibility that his unconventional methods might be effective against the formidable Gun Devil, before Denji eventually discovers the Eternity Devil's heart and slices it off. The devil hunters, including Denji, later leave the hotel with a piece of the Gun Devil, fatigued but triumphant, and Himeno decides to take Aki and Denji to the hospital. The devil hunters strategize to welcome new members and address concerns within Division 4. Aki is determined to invite Makima, sparking Himeno's curiosity about Denji's mysterious connection with her. Division 4 gathers for a celebratory drink later as Denji anticipates a promised kiss from Himeno before Makima joins the group, leading to discussions about devil contracts, abilities, and the hunt for the Gun Devil. As the night progresses, Himeno, as promised, kisses Denji before throwing up into his mouth and later takes him to her house where they kiss each other for real before she seductively asks if he wants to do it.
Oh my god! Wow!
Denji finds himself in a weird situation when Himeno lays beside him in her underclothes, asking if they should do it. However, the intimate moment takes a turn when she takes out a Chupa Chups from his pocket. Denji reflects on a past moment with Makima, who had helped him after the vomit incident, emphasizing the varied first tastes in life. The next morning, Himeno wakes Denji for breakfast, and they discuss the events of the previous night. He goes over his decision to save his first intimate experience for Makima, so Himeno appreciates his unique character and proposes a secret alliance. Denji helps her with Aki, and she assists him with Makima, which he agrees to. Meanwhile, Makima travels to Kyoto for a meeting with her bosses, expressing reluctance due to their intimidating nature. However, a surprising turn of events occurs when armed people gun down her and her assistant on the train. Meanwhile, all Division 4 members find themselves ambushed during separate missions. As Denji, Himeno, Aki, and Power go to a ramen shop where they encounter a man who apparently knows Denji. The man reveals that the Gun Devil is after his heart and shoots him, triggering a chaotic confrontation as Aki summons the Fox Devil, and Power intervenes, resulting in a mysterious transformation of the man identified as Katana Man. Aki engages in a fierce battle and takes out his blade from the Cursed Devil and defeats him. Despite Katana Man's defeat, a mysterious woman arrives, reviving him and commanding him to finish off Aki. The situation intensifies and Himeno, gravely injured, sacrifices herself by summoning the Ghost Devil and commanding it to take her entire body but defeat Katana Man, which it reluctantly agrees to. As her body parts start disappearing one after another, she tells Aki to not die on her and hopes he can cry for her before disappearing as Aki looks at her empty clothes lying on the ground in dread and shock. The Ghost Devil's severed hand unexpectedly pulls Denji's cord, transforming him into Chainsaw Man. Denji, recognizing them as enemies, relishes the prospect of dealing with bad guys without facing any objections. The fight between Denji and Katana Man unfolds with intense combat, as both prove to be evenly matched and the woman, Solitary, calls for backup. Two men join Katana Man, but Denji swiftly stops them before they can use their weapons. Despite Denji momentarily taking one of them hostage, Katana Man, in a swift motion, incapacitates both Denji and his captive and lifts Denji by the handle on his head, confident in their victory as Devil Hunter friends cannot fight with guns. Meanwhile, Array, Fushi, and other Division 4 members, including Makima, have been tragically shot and killed. However, Makima unexpectedly gets up, challenging the assailants. Meanwhile, in Kyoto, two people named Yutaro Kuros and Michiko Tendo receive alarming news about the Tokyo ambush. While the train Makima is on comes under attack, but she emerges unharmed, leaving her attackers dead. Upon reaching Kyoto, Makima instructs Yutaro to gather 30 convicts and Michiko to prepare a secluded shrine, where she utilizes her powers involving secret contracts with devils and assigns convict-specific names and executes deadly hand signs, eliminating Katana Man's comrades. In the aftermath, Makima, Michiko, and Yutaro regroup in Tokyo, where they meet someone named Madoka, who informs them that most personnel from Special Divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4 have been killed in the ambush in separate locations. Madoka reveals that the divisions will merge into one, placing Tokyo Special Division 4 under Makima's control, and she laments over Yutaro and Michiko's temporary advisory roles, expressing her disappointment at missing the opportunity to explore Tokyo's renowned restaurants. Aki regains consciousness in the hospital with Denji and Power by his side, who reveal while fighting over an apple that Kobeni and the glasses-wearing guy survived but decided to quit the division. Aki, taking stock of his remaining time, calls for the cursed devil, learns from it that he only has 2 years left, and lights himself a cigarette, triggering his memories of Himeno, leading to an emotional breakdown. Later, Denji finds Aki crying and contemplates his inability to feel sadness for those who have died, including Himeno, before the advisors Michiko and Yutaro arrive and introduce themselves as part of Makima's plan, who meanwhile briefs Denji and Power on the imminent threat against Denji's life, hinting at their need for specialized training. She then introduces them to Kishi, a skilled devil hunter from Division 1 who, after questioning Denji and Power's attitudes towards death and revenge, unexpectedly grabs them in its chokehold, explaining that Makima wants them trained for an upcoming threat. The Gun Devil's interest in Denji's heart and says he intends to hunt them until they defeat him, pushing them beyond their limits. In the hospital, Aki's attempt to call the Fox Devil fails. Advisors Michiko and Yutaro propose career coaching to Aki, offering guidance on quitting or strengthening devil contracts. Aki, determined to avenge his friends, firmly rejects quitting, while Kishi's brutal training leaves Denji and Power battered, and Denji questions the meaning of his existence. Expressing dissatisfaction with constant pain, Power suggests running away, but Denji knows public safety will pursue them, and in a moment of frustration, the two decide to outsmart Kishi with their superior intellect. Wearing glasses to appear smarter, Denji and Power stage a failed ambush on Kishi, revealing their strategic shortcomings. Despite the setback, they remain determined to kill him, while Michiko and Yutaro escort Aki to a facility where he is expected to make a contract with the future devil, known for demanding severe sacrifices from its contract makers. He goes inside and faces the devil inside cell 108. In the encounter with the future devil, Aki attempts to form a contract. The devil demands Aki to acknowledge that the future rules. Unfazed, Aki ignores this, seeking to understand the devil's conditions. The future devil proposes a unique deal. Aki must allow the devil to reside in his right eye, granting him access to its powers. While the future devil predicts Aki's impending death, Aki rejects the grim prophecy and agrees to the terms, inviting it into his eye. Meanwhile, Kishid continues to train Denji and Power, instructing them to face the Snake Devil Woman and Katana Man in live combat training. Failure would result in the dissolution of Division 4 and Kishi personally eliminating Denji and Power. Denji, surprisingly, pledges mercy to Kishib if such a scenario unfolds, expressing gratitude for the strength gained through the training. Following another grueling training session, Kishib, fatigued by the process, expresses reluctance to continue training Denji and Power to Makima and discloses his weariness, implying attachment to the dogs he trains before questioning Makima's awareness of the recent attacks on divisions, emphasizing his loyalty to humanity's interests. Skeptical of her motives, her brands her a liar, setting a tone of suspicion between them. Elsewhere, Katana Man and Sawatari plan their defense against the impending threat and reveal a secret weapon, a horde of zombies, and share concerns about Mikima's relentless pursuit. Meanwhile, Yutaro questions Aki's resolve against the Gun Devil, challenging his strength. Despite apparent disdain for him, Yutaro imparts advice on navigating the weird behavior of the Special Division. Meanwhile, Mikima unexpectedly confronts a Yakuza boss linked to Katana Man, demanding a list of names of individuals contracted with the Gun Devil. Employing a grotesque method involving a bag of eyes belonging to their loved ones, she forces them to comply and dismisses the Yakuza's notion of necessary evil, revealing her cold and calculated approach to achieving societal order. Meanwhile, as Aki, Denji, Power, and Kobeni, accompanied by the Special Division, get ready to launch an attack on Katana Man's hideout. Kishiv introduces formidable fiends, Beam, Galdali, and Princey, each with unique abilities. While fiends combat zombies, Aki's focus turns to Katana Man and Sawatari, preparing for a decisive confrontation before the Ghost Devil emerges under her command and engages him in a fierce battle. In the midst of the fight with the Ghost Devil, Aki reflects on a memory of sharing a meal with Himeno. Attempting to make Aki smoke, Himeno hands him a cigarette only to realize he's a minor. Acknowledging the age restriction, she takes it back, promising to keep it until he's grown and in need of solace. Later, when the Ghost Devil releases Aki, it presents him with a cigarette inscribed with easy revenge, and Aki stashes it away, equipping himself with determination and his sword to confront the devil.
What?
Drawing on Himeno's advice that the eyeless Ghost Devil perceives only fear, Aki decapitates the creature. Amid the chaos, Sawatari's actions escalate as Denji goes up alone and comes face to face with Katana Man, who asks Denji to just let them kill him if he has any form of consciousness left, but Denji cheerfully declines and pulls his cord, starting an intense rooftop battle with him, revealing a surprising chainsaw modification on his leg before they take it inside a train, and ultimately, Denji overpowers Katana Man, leaving him defeated and bound. Mikima reports a terrorist attack masterminded by Sawatari, a former civilian devil hunter who made a pact with the Gun Devil, and despite her death at the hands of the Snake Devil, her actions contribute to the mysterious movement of a substantial piece of Gun Devil flesh. In the aftermath, Aki, haunted by events, smokes a cigarette on his balcony, the one bearing the words "Easy Revenge." Meanwhile, Denji experiences recurrent dreams of Pochita, with a mysterious door beckoning him, and later, a woman walks along slowly, wondering if Denji prefers to be a country mouse or a city one.